Queens and Carson Newman on Saturday. The doubleheader starts with the women's game at 2 p.m. And we're joined by the Royals women's basketball coach, Sarah Jansen. Coach, let's go back to the Newberry game for just a second from Wednesday night. At the end of the first quarter, you led one of the upper echelon teams in the conference by 2 points. Second quarter, a little bit of a different story, and obviously not a result that you were satisfied with. What's been the circumstance in the second quarter here the last couple of games? How can you improve upon that to kind of hang with some of the better teams in the league as you move forward with 9 games left to go in the conference?
Well, Phil, I think a lot of it has to do with a little bit of confidence. We need to get to the point where we're not surprised when we come out and we were able to execute things. I thought we did a great job that first quarter, got really good looks, got different people to be able to score the ball where we wanted to. And then, good teams are going to make adjustments. And then they're going to respond, and we have to be able to come back and get back to doing what we do best. I know they hit a couple threes there. There was actually, I think Hendrick hit 3 consecutive threes. I know she hit back-to-back, but the 3-ball kind of hurt us there in the second quarter, just making sure we can get out and make sure we get stops. That was one thing that we did really well. I guess the last Anderson game, we weren't able to score it like we needed to, but we were able to get stops. So this time we kind of faltered there in the second quarter as far as scoring, but then they were able to score, and that's what the big difference came right there.
You mentioned the Anderson game 2 games ago, a similar story. One of the positives from this last week here, though, has been the post play of Maggie Stewart, and then on the outside, the perimeter as well, Mikel Oliverio. She's been your leading scorer all season long. 2 seniors, how do you describe the recent success as they hit the latter portion of their careers here?
Well, I think we were able to see a big difference, a kind of change with Maggie there right around Christmas, I believe, maybe right before Christmas. She got accepted into PT school. That was really big for her. So knowing what's coming next, I think, is a big deal, especially for seniors. And she's kind of really bought into what we've tried to do. She's worked on her game. She gets extra shots up. She's done a great job as far as finishing around the basket, has a great presence for us. And you can kind of tell that she's kind of sold out. She has nothing to lose at this point, and is really invested. And then we have Mikel, she's been probably one of the most, if not the most consistent player to come through the program in years. And we talk about every day trying to get it to play for each other and really play for those seniors. And I'm really proud of those two, in particular, and the kind of growth that they've shown over the last 6 months.
And a lot of your job isn't just basketball. It's obviously molding young women into something beyond the sport. In the fall, a 3.4 team GPA. I imagine that's something you have to be pretty satisfied with.
Absolutely, that was great, and I think we're going to have implement a new study hall rule where if you're under the team average, then you get to go back and study hall. So, we have some great students, and we have some, Queens is a great academic institution, and we have some kids that are learning the ropes, and we need to. I think we can push the limit there. It's amazing to think a 3.4 isn't the highest in the athletic department, so that's a testament to I think all of the athletes here at Queens and the job they do in the classroom.
Have your competition set out?
We do. I know who it is. I won't put you on camera, but we're coming for you.
All right, let's talk basketball again. 9 games left to go in the conference season. The lead on the 8th spot has dwindled down to 1 game since Tusculum on Wednesday night, a double overtime victory over Brevard. Obviously, it's something we've spoken about at different points so far here this season, and getting that 8th spot and kind of achieving program history. How do you focus the team coming into this final stretch run here? Well,
we're aware of where we are in the standings. We're also aware of these last 4 games we had Wingate and Anderson, and now Newberry, getting ready to play Carson Newman. So we're playing the top teams there in the league, and being able to see if we can be consistent when we're playing against the top teams. So then when we get down here and we start playing teams that we need to be able to win to get in, that we're able to be consistent. And I think that was a little bit frustrating last night that we weren't able to be consistent in that. So that we are who we are regardless of circumstance, and we're working towards that.
All right, Carson Newman here on Saturday. They're another team that's in the top half of the conference. A team that when you played them at Holt Fieldhouse in Jefferson City, you fell behind early, and then you kind of clawed back a little bit and outscored them in the second half. A little bit of a different circumstance than what we've seen the last couple of games from your team. What do you know about this Carson Newman team, and what do you expect to see after seeing them already once this season?
Carson Newman's a tough team. They compete. They have top to bottom. They have kids on the roster that can score it. They do a great job offensively in terms of their spacing, and I think they're going to try to pressure us, see if we get some easy turnovers. We have to make sure that we're consistent and, as much as possible, try to control the tempo of that game.
All right, well, it's Queens and Carson Newman on Saturday at 2 o'clock. It's Military Appreciation Day. Come on out and support the troops. And if you can't, check us out on the web, the broadcast at 2 p.m. on queensathletics.com/Royals Live. Sarah Jansen, head coach of the Royals. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Phil.